The thing that I love about Oberdin is that's old-timey ship.
Boats are cool, dude.
Boats are cool. I mean,
Boats are cool.
power ranking, airplanes,
Planes,
boats.
boats, easy.
Hold on. But above that, airships.
Oh.
Yeah.
In non-normal, like non-sci-fi, where do rocket ships sit for you?
Oh, I mean, rocket ships are pretty cool.
Rocket ships are rad.
Yeah, dude. That's got to be at least top 3.
Fan boats?
Fan boats are good.
In the swamp, dude, with the gators, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Welcome to the Content Mill, the show where 4 creators from 4 corners of the internet all get together to talk about what we are playing and what we are making. My name is Gianni. I am your host. With me, as always, are my 3 handsome co-hosts, starting with Eric, Mr. The Human, aka Mr. The Human Plays. Eric, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good. I'm very excited for today's topic. Yeah.
Very, very excited. I know you have a whole lot on your registry of things that we're gonna get into today, so I'm stoked. Next, we have Phil, aka Mr. 70% Complete, aka 30% more, 30% addition,
The other
30% more,
the other 30%.
aka Mr. 1,348% Complete. Phil, how the hell are you doing today?
I am doing great. I am feeling positive and happy and ready to talk about demos. I am a little surprised that Eric is here today, but otherwise feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I didn't get kicked off the pod. I had to.
Yeah, we had to have a staff meeting.
Yeah,
we decided
I'm on disciplinary action.
Yeah, he's on watch.
That's why I brought the most demos. I had to make up for it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
you got to put in the extracurricular activity. You know what I mean?
I thought we were going to have the HR meeting here live.
Oh no, it was already handled off screen.
I had
Chris
that with the investors.
Chris was our stenographer. He wrote down everything that was happening. It was good.
You wrote it all down. Well, Eric, you live another day, so we're glad you're still here.
So, yeah.
Lastly, we have Nate, aka Heroic Headgear. Nate, how are you doing today, my friend?
Mentally, I'm great. Physically, the throat is sandpaper. We're coming down with a little sickness. So
Yeah, no, it is that time of the year for sure. We're all coming off of our own physical, mental maladies right now.
Yep.
Wait,
So,
am I the only one that's
I
like been okay since I got sick at the end of last year, and everybody else I think has been KO'd one reason or
Oh, that was the last time you were sick?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I haven't stopped being sick since then.
Phil's still been sick. Eric, I think your hatred of Reanimal is just like a natural like antibiotic, I think is what it is.
It is, man. You know, you got to have a little bit of hate towards something that doesn't matter if you hate it. You know, right?
Exactly. You gotta hate
It's
something.
good.
You
It's
gotta
good for
hate
you.
something.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
message
good.
we come to you
That's
with.
what we're
Yeah.
bringing
You
here.
gotta hate something.
You gotta hate something.
But
You gotta have a little hatred.
Very
in your heart.
important that it
Especially when
doesn't
it's, you know,
matter that you hate it. Right.
Right.
Right?
Oh,
Exactly.
I didn't hear that part.
It affects nothing.
It's like, no.
The only thing
It's only hate vibes over here.
the only thing it affects is maybe me and Gianni's relationship. Or we're
Oh my gosh.
mediocre. That's okay.
we're getting through it. It's okay. It's okay.
The show where 4 haters who hate everything get together to talk about.
Actually,
Hold up.
hater cast.
Wait a second.
Hater
Hater
cast.
cast.
That sounds pretty good. If we find something
have
we
to do
really
that.
don't like.
We're producing.
All right.
Well, guys, we have a fun show. Hopefully not too much hate on today's show, but we do have a fun show planned for you today. It is currently Steam Next Fest. So the boys here and we all got together and we decided we're going to just go through some demos. We gave each other some recommendations. We're coming with some surprises today to talk about everything that we played. But before I get to that, I do want to plug, we alluded to it earlier in our little run of the mill housekeeping. Last week, we did record our Reanimal review with the homie Chris, aka the Nerdlies, very good friend of the show. It was our second longest pod we've ever done. So if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about what we thought of Reanimal, make sure that you go check that out. on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all digital streaming platforms, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Make sure you go check that out. It was a very fun, very heated conversation. So make sure you go check that out. But I will keep housekeeping brief today because I'm very excited to get into these demos. As I alluded to, we all came prepared with some Steam Next Fest demos. If you don't know about Steam Next Fest, I want to say it's what? Help me out here. It's like twice a year Steam does.
Not anymore, man. They do it like 6 times a year, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's at least every quarter. Like,
okay, got it.
But it's
okay. I'm not a PC gamer, so this is actually my first time participating in like a kind of a communal Steam Next Fest.
There will be another one in like at least 4, like at minimum 4 months from now. Like,
yeah,
right,
because I think the last one was in June or September. I don't even remember. The point is, it's Steam Next Fest, right? So this is when Steam highlights thousands of Steam demos, all upcoming games, some mostly indie titles that are going to be coming out here in the near future. And everybody gets together to see what the hottest thing is out on the market right now. A lot of great stuff out there. Some not bangers as well. Who knows? Who could really say? But we decided we were going to keep it kind of fun for today. So what we did was we all recommended each other a title, and we all came with our own picks. But before I get to those picks, I have a little game that might give you a little teaser of what my experience was like as a first-time Steam Next Fest participant. Are you guys down for a little game?
I'm always,
yes, please.
Always down for a game.
Okay. We are going to play a little game that all the kids at home know. All you kids know this game, all right? And this is a little game called Was This Game Developed with Generative AI?
Oh, no.
Incredible. The answer is yes to all of them.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you 4 descriptions of games, and feel free to chime in however you see fit. I'll give you, we'll even do points. We'll see how many points you guys all rack up here, right? I'm going to give you a description for a game, and I want you to tell me, was this game made with generative AI? Are you ready, contestants?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? The first game on the table description goes like this. Build, cable, and automate. Assemble racks, servers, and switches. Connect enough capacity for each application. Earning money from processed data and unlock gear and bigger customers with experience points and reputation. Follow colored data packets as your center comes to life.
We don't get the title, right?
I'm not going to give you the title. You know what? I'll keep that tucked away just to make it a little harder for you.
Okay.
So the question is,
Yes.
was this game made with
Absolutely.
generative AI?
I
says
feel like
yes.
it gives too many tech bro buzzwords.
Okay, all right.
Do not think it is. I think it's literally called it's like a data center management game. Like, I don't think these are a dime a dozen, and I don't think most of them use AI. I think they're just you can buy a pack of that stuff online to make in a game. So I don't think it was.
Very fair, very fair.
I'm going to say this is a similar car in the garage mechanic simulator level of game. So I'm going to say no.
No AI. Gentlemen, unfortunately, that's not the answer we were looking for. Nate, you did get this correct. This was developed with generative AI. And according to the disclosure, some of the company logos and application logos in this game are AI generated. Gonna have to hire an art team and give that job to somebody who deserves it. This is a game called Data Center.
Okay.
So in case you want to play that, it's a great name too. Great name. It's called Data Center.
Fun.
All right, Naked's 1 point on the board. Next game. Are you ready, contestants?
Of course.
All right. In a desolate sci-fi world, search for a way to save your sister Mia. In this game, you will make many choices that affect and change the fate of every character in the story. Like an intricate web of butterfly effects, a unique story will emerge under the influence of your decisions. Contestants, was this game made? Yeah, and the dog can chime in too if they've got an answer.
I'm going to go with my dog's gut and say that was AI. She was real mad about that.
Was this made with generative AI?
I'm just going to trust my dog on that, I guess. Just had a negative.
Okay, Eric says yes.
Web of butterfly effects makes me think yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a resounding yes, it sounds like.
Phil's going to try to get some points.
I just hate games with points because now I'm in your mind.
Now he's strategizing. He's money
Are you
balling
playing
right now.
tricks with us?
Am I playing tricks?
Yes, it is made with generative AI.
All right, we get a resounding yes. Ding, 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 ding. This game was also made with generative AI.
I know where this is going.
This is a game called Ingram, and the description and disclosure goes like this. Players can generate unique lines for stories based on their text input within their adventure. Additionally, the actions and thoughts of the NPC players interact with are controlled through AI technology, enabling more engaging and intuitive interactions. Once again, gonna need to hire a good writing team and give this job to someone who deserves it. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's too bad. This game looks great.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Third question.
Wait,
contestants.
hold on. The fucking publisher's name is yet another AI. So,
Well,
not great. But yeah, the art choice, the color choice, great. Oh my God.
I promise I only have two more, and it's going to get spicy here. All right. Third question. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
This game is a pixel-style survivor-like game where players take the wheel of a cart made of cookies and desserts, battling through waves of enemy vehicles to survive, all while uncovering the sinister group sabotaging the races. Was this game made with generative AI?
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna say no. It
Oh,
sounds too
Nate
wholesome.
says no. Nate says no.
Those pixel art games. I don't know. Maybe I'm pulling this out of nowhere. But
That's a great point,
I have
Nate.
a
That's a
feeling
great
that
point.
they don't implement that stuff as
Yeah.
much.
No, excellent point. Unfortunately, that's wrong because your compatriots were both right. This game was made with generative AI. And according to their disclosure, I shit you not verbatim, there are several NPC portraits basically created by AI and then adjusted manually. This is a game called Crispy Cart.
Okay.
Crispy Cart, ladies and gentlemen.
I just wanted one that's not.
That's not
Well, you guys are all tied up. So here's the tiebreaker right here. Last question. Let's see if you guys can bring it on home. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here's the description. An AI has isolated the mind of a philosophy professor to evaluate human morality, interface with the terminal, type system commands, and channel his responses through impossible ethical dilemmas. Your principles are on trial as every choice is recorded to determine your final profile. This is a game about AI and ethical choices. The question for you contestants is, was this game made with generative AI?
I feel like I'm gonna get tricked here, but I'm just gonna say yes, it was.
But imagine
Eric says no.
That's the premise, and they do a curveball, and it's all human scripted, and
You're all tied up.
I would hope
What
it
could
is.
the
I
answer
would hope
be?
but
it is.
that's not the case.
I do
It's
have a
AI.
game recommendation that's
It's
exactly
AI.
this game, basically, that is made by humans, but
Ooh, very exciting. The question is this one though? Is the what is it?
It's not.
Yeah.
This is an AI.
Phil says
game.
no. Nate says no.
no,
Eric
Phil says
yes.
it's AI.
No. We
Yeah,
all
it's
say
AI.
yes.
It's
We all
AI.
say yes.
Yeah.
We all say yes. It's made with AI.
Yeah.
All right.
Is
well,
it Dr.
contestants,
Space though, by the way?
it is not.
Okay.
And unfortunately for you, contestants, the game about AI and moral dilemmas is not made with generative AI.
So he did switch it at the last.
I was
last
right.
We
one.
close out with a switcheroo. This game is called
Bastard.
human.exe. If you're listening to this now, go support this game. It wasn't made with AI.
Yes.
Contestants, you all tie and win nothing. I hope you enjoyed my game. Don't support generative AI.
Do you want to play a
I
game
called
very
it.
similar to this
Yes, let's hear it.
called Refined Self, the personality test game? That is a very cool game of just playing.
Ooh,
through.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yeah, I talked about that on .zip, another podcast with AJ Filari, and that's a real good game.
What is it? Refine self, the personality game.
Personality test game. And
Test.
It literally tells you how you play video games based off of the way you play it. It's insane. It's real good.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Hey, this human.exe game looks fucking incredible.
Right? It very much looks good.
The power of human ingenuity.
Oh my god, I've seen this. Yeah.
Right? It looks really good. Guys, I wanted to have this little exercise because just to give you guys a little background, like I said, this is I'm not a PC gamer, so this is the first time I've had this Steam Next Fest experience. The process, first of all, I already felt painted in a quarter because I have to find demos that are on Mac, right? Which was already a tough time. And luckily I found some really good stuff, and we're going to get to that in a second. So I apologize if I'm starting off with some hater energy, but I wanted to keep it fun because I want it to be very clear that this kind of bullshit in our video games it's not chill. And like I just wanted to make a loud opinion on it out the gate. It was very frustrating to have to wade through so much stuff that's AI generated, AI based, AI founded, and to find the good stuff. Not to say that there aren't plenty, but there are hundreds of these games on the on the Steam storefront, and it was very frustrating. I don't know if you guys have an opinion before we get to the fun stuff.
Oh, you want an opinion on the usage of artificial intelligence in video games?
That should only take like a few seconds for you to go.
Yeah. Get it out.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I do not like it.
Very simple.
Hire people. There's so many people who need a job in video games.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Save the credits. You don't need to boil the ocean to make bad pixel art pro portraits. Like
Literally.
you don't need to.
Literally.
Yeah. And it was especially frustrating when you'd come across like something that was like I found I have a few demos that I literally was like about to press download on, and I was like, wait, let me double check before I do this. And I'm like, fuck, like the AI art generated. I'm like, damn, man. So there's actually like legitimately cool stuff looking out there. I'm like, I just can't get behind it.
Yep.
Support people who make art. That's all I gotta say.
Truly baffling to me is that like Steam is like their own mostly monopoly garbage going on in like the PC marketplace space, and it's like a perfect example of a thing where they could be leading in identifying this shit and like putting the artwork forward, but instead like it is so easy to get suckered by this stuff because number one, like you don't have to disclose it. Like you don't have to disclose AI use in these games.
Right.
It's so weird.
It's entirely possible some of the shit that we're about to talk about is using this technology.
Yeah. And they hide it at the bottom of the page. Like
you have to hit a little read more. Like it's just
It's insane. Like you have to go hunting for it, like to know that it exists, to go hunting for it, and then just assume that everyone who says it is going to say it. And like
being honest about it.
And for real, like most of these people, they are being honest about it because they support the technology, they like the technology, they want to forward the technology. Like I think Cog was showing in a Discord the other day, the like I can't remember what the game is called, the 100% vibe coded playable game. Like big highlight on playable, and it's just like, come on guys, like just get the fuck out of here. Like get it out of my store. There's too many games already. I don't need your trash clogging up my store. Just give me the good stuff, please.
Yeah, it would be so easy to like right below, recent reviews, all reviews, release date, developer, publisher, AI, right? Like AI.
Why below? Put it at the top.
Well, yeah, but that is the first thing you're going to see when you open up a thing, right? Like, it doesn't. Yeah. I shouldn't have to scroll. That when I click on a page, that's the first thing right there.
This is the thing that Pinterest has figured out. Like it like puts it on the fucking image. It says AI modified right there. Like why are we doing this? It's already on my mugs that I can buy from Amazon. Like all of these storefronts are just flooded with garbage. Etsy is filled with garbage now. Like just be the differentiator. Like take the business thing and be like, hello, we stand behind the games. What makes all of our money?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I didn't prep you guys for that. You guys knew a game was coming. I don't think you knew that was the game was coming. I just wanted to make a firm stance here at the content mill, which is fuck that shit, and we don't stand for it. Loud and proud. All right, let's get to the fun stuff. We are going to do it like this, boys. I'm going to start as the host of the show. I'm going to say who I recommended a game to, and I'm going to pass it to that person, and then you're going to pass it who you recommended to, and we're going to go in that order, and then we'll go back around. So, we picked out of a hat before the episode a couple days ago. And at the time we were recording this, there's still a couple days left in Steam Next Fest. So this is not to say that we're not going to try some more cool stuff. But I recommended to Phil a game called and well, shit, I forgot. It was Scriptorium, I believe, was the game, right?
Yes.
Scriptorium. I recommended to Phil a game called
Scripts.
Yeah. So tell me about Scriptorium, Phil.
All right. Well, first, I'm gonna have you pull up Discord and take a good look. See at this image I sent you. You can use this in the video if you would like. Scriptorium. So Scriptorium is an art game, I guess. Do you want to tell the people what you're looking at, Gianni?
It looks like
is that Yoda?
Yoda,
a little bit.
What
kind of. And there's also like a demon with a face butt.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the foot mouth too.
There's foot mouth.
Yep.
There's also the cat like licking its feet. Oh, that's the foot mouth. Yeah. There's a lot going on here. Can you?
Yeah. There's a turkey on a plate.
Turkey on a plate. Yep.
So
I'll throw that. That is going in the B-roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Scriptorium is, I guess, like a. What's the best way to explain this? It is a difficult game to explain because it's kind of an art game. So if you're familiar with Pentiment, the entire thing in Pentiment is that it's a like Middle Ages scriptorium. Like they make illuminated manuscripts, they do the drawings, and they do the writing in them. And Scriptorium is a game where you only make those drawings, and you are a artist who is commissioned by people to make specific drawings. So like one of the ones I got is a knight who's retired and would like to have an illuminated manuscript of all of the monsters that he and his merry band fought in Africa. And what you get, and kind of looking at this image here, you get parts and pieces and forms of things. So if you look at the guy here, his main outfit is one piece, but each of his hands, the things in his hands, his head, the neck that you see poking out, his hair, his hat, like all of that stuff are individual like little stickers that you can put on there.
Okay.
You can rotate them, resize them. It has like layer controls. So you can move stuff front and back, which is how you see the cool effect with the demon guy here, where his head is on the guy's shoulder, but his body is behind him. And it's kind of perfect because this game is amazing. It's very funny. Cool. It's really cool. And it's very relevant because this is basically how I built the animations in my that video.
Nice.
Like it's all pieces that you just like slap together and you connect them up, and they connect up really nice. But if you look at the actual store page for this, you can get real buck wild with some of the dumb things that you can draw. Because like I said, that knight is like, hey, let's like make a picture of all the cool things that I fought in Africa. But he gives you bad descriptions. They're like, yes, I remember this one thing, and it was as tall as a tree and had legs like a tree, and it like breathed fire. But all you have are parts for a horse and a donkey. So you have to like resize them and like make them goofy looking. And you can really, really go buck wild with it and have a fantastic time. Also, the people that you see at this image, Yoda and then Butt-Faced Demon.
Right.
Well, Yoda's your uncle, allegedly. And then he has to go away. So then this other guy, Butt-Faced guy, shows up, and he's also your uncle. Weird. Okay. But then once you make this portrait with him, he's like, hey, actually, I'm the devil. And I live here now.
Gotcha.
So it's got a good sense of humor to it. I had a lot of fun with this. It's not great on the Steam Deck.
Okay.
It's very much a mouse control game. But it is a blast. And it has stuff where you can like, you'll get money and prestige. So you'll get different commissions from other people. So like in the demo, you can at least choose from like 3 or 4 other people. One of them is a rat who only talks in rat. And you have to draw him a picture with rats. So, there's that. And then the devil guy here will sell new parts to you in the future. But it is a blast. It was a fun little creative exercise. And it was a good time.
I have a question.
Sure.
Yoda's hands in this photo.
Yeah.
Come back to that.
Are those like pieces of leaf? we got going on there? Is that what you used?
Looks like it. They could be little flipper guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was like, that looks like leaves or seaweed of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
You can see that I did a bad job of putting your shoes on.
I do see that. I wasn't going to comment on it, but I did notice that.
Yeah, so the kind of the beautiful thing with this too is that this image that you're looking at is actually 2 different contracts. So it doesn't tell you this at the beginning, but you do the Yoda picture. And then the next contract is the devil guy being like, okay, like now you got to put, you on here. So then you draw a self-portrait, but all of this stuff, like all of the Yoda stuff, all of the scenery that I put in here, you can't touch it because it's done. So now you have to build around it and move stuff around, which is why it gets really strange pretty easily here.
I think my favorite part about this that you've been talking about is the limitations that they give you. They give you the prompt and a limitation, because I feel like with games like this, they can just kind of give you everything and then you're just overwhelmed, right? Yeah. Whereas with this, it's like, here's your prompt, here's five toys, figure it out, and that's way more fun.
Yeah.
And you can go crazy with it if you want. So like it has the
there's like a sandbox mode and
yeah, and it has just like basic like body forms that you can pull from. So this guy is like his arms and his entire chest and everything was just one stamp. But if I wanted to, I could put a chest, I could put legs on there, like put his arms in a specific way. Like I played around with it for a while, but I think once you get more tools in your toolkit, you can start really going crazy with some of the stuff.
I can imagine
that's possible here.
Yeah. I saw this game, Phil, and I was like, because I had been scrolling for a while because I'm just like, I gotta make the perfect game. And this key art popped up, and we're fresh off of your awesome Avowed video. And in that video, you have those edits with that Monty Python kind of medieval, goofy, humorous art. And I saw this and I'm like, that is that. So I'm already fresh off of that. And then obviously I know we've talked about it in previous episode, but your, Microsoft Encarta days, it gave me that vibe of just like that childhood. I've talked about Storybook Weaver being like this awesome thing from my childhood. And this was just like that perfect intersection of like, I'm curious to see how they gamify it. And it sounds like they gamify it in a really fun way. So that was what I was most curious about recommending it to. But I was like, if they can gamify it in a fun, satisfying way, but also make it like, yo, we just got a sticker book that I can just kind of vibe out to if I wanted to. And I was like, this just seems like a perfect thing for Phil to just catch a vibe and hang out with, Yeah,
like there are some goals and everything, but really it's like use 5 items from this like category of things.
Yeah.
It's like really lightweight and kind of just lets you play around creatively. Yeah. The other thing, I haven't seen too much of how it plays in, but you can pick a persona, like who your character is. So the ones you can choose from are, I think it's Andres, who is a very happy golden-haired knight. And then you have, I can't remember her name, but you have the nun, and they have unique stickers that you can pick from.
Right.
So you can kind of pick and choose how you want, like change your character at any time. And I imagine there is going to be differences in the dialogue as you play through the game, or like different contracts or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just has a really good personality and has enough constraints to, make you finish the level, but enough creativity where you can like really go crazy if you get a silly idea.
Yeah. And I also saw too, which I'm just like a sucker for that kind of customization, but you can also deck out in a similar style to how you're doing the books or the pages. It looks like you can like deck out your creative space as well in a similar way. So like where you're actually creating all this art, you're also adding your own furniture and, lighting and things like that. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah. It's great. Love this game. Awesome. Super fun.
Hell yeah. Phil, who did you recommend the game to, and what game did you recommend?
I had Eric, and I recommended him a game that I have been looking at for a couple months now, and I feel like it's kind of a perfect mix of the like Baldur's Gate D&D stuff that we've talked about a little bit, with a weird sense of humor, which I feel like is kind of like fun and short game long talk adjacent. Perhaps.
I think I would need you specifically on to talk about this one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is called Esoteric Ebb. Is that right?
Yes. Ooh. Yeah. So Esoteric Ebb, developed by first ever game Christopher. I guess it's spelled in weird. It's Bodegard is his last name. Christopher Bodegard. I think he just goes by Chris in the credits though, which was interesting. But published by Raw Fury. If that sounds familiar, it's because of Blueprints and Seance of Blake Manor, which is already like a big old stamp of like, oh, your first game got published by Raw Fury. So it's described as a single player CRPG, which is already ticking a box for me. Freedom of tabletop adventures, that's what they're trying to simulate. Art style is all cell shaded and very very stylistic. So I was already like, yeah, okay, cool. This looks pretty neat. The dialogue looks cool, walking around and all that. And then, you can equip a bunch of random stuff. You're the cleric of legend to save the world or whatever. And then I got into the character creation, which it gave me so many options, which I was already like, if I didn't have the tabletop background, this is a knock on the game, to be honest. If I didn't have a tabletop background, I would have been so overwhelmed by all that stuff. Like there's so much text, but when you get into the game after making the character, the intro of when like it just immediately starts, and each stat is a character in the game. So you have your strength, your dex, your constitution, your intelligence, your wisdom, and your charisma are all characters in the game inside your head as you have dialogue with people, and they're making checks. Cool. So they're making checks as you're talking with people, and conversations flow. Like literally the beginning of the game is just me talking with all of my stats. And so
that's awesome.
I went, because I was like, I usually play these games as simply as possible, especially for a demo. I didn't want it to be too complex. So I just went heavy on the strength and constitution. And so my strength was winning through the whole time. So by the end, I was like, my strength was my main person, and he was telling me like, you need to be manly. That's your goal. Be as manly as possible. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. And then like the dexterity person, who's like basically the rogue character, is like basically being like, oh yeah, just steal everything. Like it's fine. Just be charming, steal stuff. It's fine. And I was just thinking before I even started the game, how different each of my beginnings to this game and role-playing aspects could be set up without my knowledge, right? I have no control over this because it is a dice roll. It's not like with Baldur's Gate where you can create your character and everything like that, and then you're in and you've made your choices. You've picked your background. You've done all this. This game tells you how you died. And like, you have the options. They're all there, but you can click on them and it's like, well, strength said you died like this, so you have advantage on this one. But you can try to roll the other ones, but you'll check your dex or your wisdom or whatever. And since mine were low, I failed on those, so I had to go with the strength one kind of thing. And I was just like, oh man, this has so many. And I haven't even started playing the fucking game yet. Like, and then after that, the music.
And this actually comes out, it looks like the end of Steam Next Fest. So by the time this episode comes up, the full game looks like it'll already have launched.
Apparently the demo's been out since December 6th. It looks like of 2023, which doesn't make
allegedly
sense. It does have 337 reviews, so I think it's been out for a minute. But regardless, I played. This is a little preface with all of my demos. I set a timer literally, and I was like 30 minutes. I'm going to give all these games 30 minutes. And this game I played a little over 30 minutes, but I literally stopped and was like, I'm not playing anymore because I'm gonna buy this game. So I needed to stop.
That's a good sign, you know?
Yeah.
And so what I will say is you can go inspect and talk to everybody. You can do all different kinds of things. I flirted with a very buff orc lady because my strength id basically told me to, and it went pretty okay. And then I forced myself into combat, which I was avoiding, but I was like, I want to see what the combat is. But I had like 3 minutes left on my timer, and I was like, I wanted to stick through it for the video. So I was like, okay, so also worth noting, all these will be on my YouTube channel of all the games I played. So combat is all in dialogue. Like you're rolling for attacks, but it all comes out as dialogue. And it was just like so cool. I just every single choice they made in this game was like, this is exactly what I wanted them to do.
I got to ask you something. the music in the trailer is
insane,
so good. Insane. How's the music in the demo?
That was the music in the demo. Was that game?
Oh,
like that
dude.
The drop, right, with the cleric dropping. Yeah, that's after you get through the discussion with your stats. That's what happens is you wake up from being dead and it drops you and that music cuts in and I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. That's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is very cool. It has full controller support too for people who don't like mouse and keyboard. It seems pretty low key and it does seem like there are a lot of replayability. So I do hope you're right, Phil, that it falls into the short game, long talk spectrum of things because I would like to replay this a lot of times, but if it's like a big ordeal, I don't know how much I could, but it does seem very cool. I'm very excited to see where it goes. Like I so quickly was like, I'm not going to play this game too much longer because this is coming out so soon. And I was like, I'm in.
Yeah. Phil, what was the thought process on recommending this one to Eric? You don't have to be in depth, just curious.
Yeah, no, I thought I saw the CRPG stuff and it seems like this has like a really good tone to it. Like it seems like it is very funny at times. And I feel like it's just kind of, it is that opposite part of Baldur's Gate to me where like that game has its moments of humor, but this one is really like playing with the stats in like the fun kind of Citizen Sleeper kind of way.
Yes.
And then also has this like really fun tone to it. Like the first screenshot here is a chest and above the chest is a sign that says not a mimic. Like,
and right there, like it's doing it. You can do an intelligence check and it says DC 19. And if you fail that, it'll be like, oh yeah, there's nothing to be concerned here. Like I was flirting with the orc and I failed a check and my strength was like, oh, she seems into it. Like she seems good. Like, like it just completely rolls with it and being like, oh yeah, no, you're good. Like there's so many options, man. And I was like, I only interacted with the room you start in, the room above where you start in, and then the outside plaza outside of that. And that was all I needed. I was like, yeah, I'm in. Like there's so many customization things. There's trinkets that can like up and like plus or minus your stuff. The art is insane too. Like even like the in-game art looks really good, but like the designs of each representation of the stats, like the strength is just a buff torso with no arms and a sword through its chest. Like that's so, and there's like, I think charisma is literally like a, it's either charisma or wisdom. One of the two is a anatomically correct heart mixed with a biblically accurate angel. And I was just like, holy shit, that design is incredible. Awesome. So
inspired.
Yeah. And very inspired. So yeah, this game is real cool. I'm very excited to play more of it, but
looks great.
I can't speak too much more of it because
you're only going to have a few days to wait, which is the good part.
I might not get to it soon, but I will play it this year for sure.
Yeah. It's so cool too that Raw Fury is in the same kind of position. You know, we've seen Devolver Digital over the last 10, 15 years just become like the mecca of indie game publishing. And Raw Fury is getting to that kind of same plateau, you know, where it's just like if it's got the Raw Fury stamp of approval, like, you know, you're getting a quality game. So that's awesome.
I know there is a void ever since Annapurna kind of imploded on itself.
Right.
Annapurna was like a absolute no, like there's no question that's going to be a good. It's
going to be good.
Yeah.
Like most of their media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. Eric, who did you give a recommendation to and what was the game?
I got Nate. And I was like, you know what Nate likes? He likes guns. He likes shooters. He likes all that stuff. And I was like,
real life.
Okay. All right.
Let's find something that's gonna, at least tangentially be involved with that. So I gave him the game Deadliest Pigeon, which is literally starts off. It is about avenging. It's a revenge story.
It starts off, the first 30 seconds of the game. You are a pigeon in a park with your little baby chick. You go on a seesaw, and then a dog comes up and eats your chick. And the dog's owner is like a cartel member.
Yeah.
So then it fades to black. And when it fades back in, your pigeon is now smoking a cigar and grabs a gun. And you start hunting the cartel or whatever they are. And it's very, very akin to if you ever played My Friend Pedro.
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
So it's that, but you're a pigeon with a grappling hook and guns. And that is the
This
premise.
Is nuts.
I opened the Steam page to the trailer and was immediately hit by something that I probably can't post on the YouTube B-roll. But this looks like a really fun time. How does it games like this, Nate, like are this game's fucking crazy.
It looks insane.
Games like this are so heavily anchored on how they control. What does that feel like?
It's simple and fluid. It doesn't do anything extra that you don't need, or it doesn't feel clunky. It's left, right, fly, grapple hook, and shoot. And that is it. And
is it like Hotline Miami one hit kill on you, or
no, you do have a health bar and you have a stamina bar because your like amount that you can fly will go to yeah. It's pretty good, but
it's real good.
It's a lot of different guns also and weapons to pick up just through this demo alone. I imagine there will be a ton more later on, but all of them function differently. There's even things like you pick up a sniper and you can penetrate through cover and stuff. So there is some fun mechanics in there.
Oh, okay.
And then the music, it's cyberpunk soundtrack. So it's this techno heavy beat pumping in your ears the whole time. It's so good.
This sounds real good
glad
too.
This is what you handed me, Eric.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, okay, this seems so silly. I need Nate to play this.
Yeah. You know what it is too, is like the music is giving me that like you said, cyberpunk, and just that like Ninja Gaiden, like heavy, like just electronic synth. Like this is something like I had the shittiest day at work. We're getting revenge, dude. The pigeon and I are getting revenge.
Yeah, you don't have to take it seriously. It is a mindless. Let's just go blast some cartel members, and then at one point it turns into zombies.
I was gonna say,
of course it does.
The zombies, it's the military. So it's like there is some kind of overarching thing also going on, but you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, just like the John Wick series.
Yeah.
First it's the cartel, and then it's zombies and
zombies. Yeah,
I love that. Just whatever like the key art for this game is literally a pigeon with two hands floating in front of it, like Rayman holding a gun.
And it's just like an unassuming pigeon. Like it doesn't even look scary.
Yeah.
What do you mean it doesn't look scary? He has a cigar.
Yeah, if you know the artist,
I
I think it's Charlubby or Charlub or something like that. He draws pigeons as their like web comics. It literally just looks like their art. It's so good. And I'm like, I was a little disappointed when I found out it was a grappling hook, because when I just saw the trailer, when I was looking,
I thought it's his arm.
I thought it was some eldritch horror thing. That's what I was hoping for.
Oh yeah, that too.
But when I found out it was a grappling hook, I was like, damn, I wanted an eldritch horror pigeon.
It's a grappling hook, but the end of it looks like a bird's like talon.
Oh fuck yeah, okay, maybe it is.
Okay. I mean, he does reload these guns with human hands.
Yes,
it is. It is actually the Facebook like.
Yes.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Well,
oh man,
friend of the show, Cameron French Dip Design, does have this on his wish list, so we might need to bring him on for a review of Deadliest Pigeon.
He was in there when I was streaming it, and he was like, "What is this?"
We need a full 2-hour retrospective on this game when this comes out, dude.
Yeah. This is incredible. Honestly, I just can't stop watching this thing.
It's so insane.
So the pigeon recoil is so good.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
If that just shoot
the
these
physics
really big
look
guns.
like fun to handle.
Yeah,
you know?
if it's not used, if firing a gun to propel yourself up isn't used as like a way to solve a problem. Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
This is one of those ones, dude, where like I'm a big fan. As somebody who loves film, I'm there's two wolves, dude. Like I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of like, you gotta have popcorn movies. You gotta have big dumb popcorn movies. You know what I mean? And this is just like same thing with games. It's like you gotta have those games where you're just like, I don't need to get deep. I just want to shoot gang members as a pigeon, dude.
Yep.
And zombies. And the military.
And
zombies.
And spiders. I saw spiders in
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
They even start throwing like floating drones at you.
Makes sense.
Pretty cool.
So
And those, I had a couple of really rad sections where it's like you grapple off of a drone to then fling yourself and then turn around as you're flinging to kill it. And then you're above everyone else to shoot down it. Really cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
This is
Love
incredible.
Yeah.
Nate, who did you get assigned to recommend a game to?
Wouldn't you guess? I got you. So for
That's right,
Gianni,
yeah.
I chose, well, it wasn't just me. At first, I was going to go with one that is a lot more ridiculous and it probably wouldn't have worked on your Mac. So I had to take that into account. And Eric helped me find Spy Drops Gaiden. And it is it basically old school Metal Gear with anime girls.
With anime girls, yeah. Spy Drops Gaiden. This was a good one. It's short. I will say the demo on this one was short, so I don't want to what I had of it, I really, really enjoyed. And what Spy Drops Gaiden is it's a retro. Think of like old school Game Boy, NES, Metal Gear is really what this boils down to. Resident Evil Gaiden, if you guys ever played Resident Evil Gaiden on the Game Boy Color, very similar concept. It's a top-down stealth game. It's very much Metal Gear. I mean, it's not like this is Metal Gear is what this is. So you play basically like a secret agent. You're sent to this island off the coast of Japan. Very vague in the story setup, but you're sent there to extract some type of scientist and some information. There's a gang leader named the Dragon Lady is what it is. So it's very like 80s military stealth camp, all that kind of stuff. Here's what I'll tell you about Spy Drops Gaiden. It is such a faithful recreation of the games that we grew up with on the Game Boy, in both good and bad, because playing a game like that on a large screen gets a little bit muddy. I almost feel like this is going to be a perfect game, like a Steam Deck. I think this would be like the perfect game for a Steam Deck. The sound is great. The visuals are great, again, for what it is. It's a Game Boy recreation. The stealth sections are interesting. You also have this really cool like stealth and visual meter in your upper right that feels very intuitive for what they're trying to accomplish. So you can use like the sound of lightning or the sound of rain to kind of mask your footsteps. You can, once you kind of figure out the visual language and understand like what shadows look like, because it did take me a second to understand like, oh, is that a shadow or is that just an overhang? You also have that you can use to your advantage. So you can kind of like hide in darker spots. Enemy like vision sights are really interesting because it's not just that old school. And this again is just the product of, updating that style of game for a modern audience. It's not just as simple as here's the enemy's cone of vision. And the second you're in the cone of vision, you're spotted. No, if you're like a little outside the cone of vision, like a normal human being, like these enemies will spot you. The main mission that I actually played through, it took me like 35, 40 minutes to get through that mission. Wow. But once you figure out, it's kind of like once you figure out the rhythm of the stealth, because I ended up dying like at the very end. There's like it's an extraction mission. You're trying to get a scientist out. I died at the very end. Once you figure out like your pattern, it's just like a memory game. You're like, all right, this guy walks in this pattern. This guy walks in this pattern. So then I flew through the mission in like 5 minutes. I kind of like that. Like your first run is just kind of getting a lay of the land because there's no checkpoints. You start at the very beginning of your level when you die. Whoa. Yeah. So it's kind of like you're getting a lay of the land. You're inching further and further and further. And then once you nail it, you kind of like you learn your run essentially. So I was pleasantly surprised when I did complete the demo. It gives you like a ranking system, A, B, C, D, kind of like an action combat game where it'll rank you on how stealthy you were, how many enemies you took out, how many secret items you found, how many times you alerted somebody. There's like rankings for like alerting one person versus like alerting the map. So it's very cool. You could tell it's going to be very much like a high score based stealth game in that ilk of those Game Boy titles. The other thing, which I did not know until this morning, because I was doing a little bit of research on the developer, which the developer is Dodako. This is actually a series. There is another game called... Oh, you're muted, Eric. You're muted, buddy. Oh,
I was just going to bring this up. There is a Spy Drops 1.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a game called Spy Drops. It's a different developer, same publisher. But the original Spy Drops is a PS1 Metal Gear Solid game. Like, so they did the Metal Gear thing of like, the first game was this, well, in reverse. The first game was very much like an homage to PlayStation 1 Metal Gear. And then they went the Gaiden route and ported it in the form of like an old school Game Boy top-down stealth game. Yeah, so a little bit of a shorter demo, but definitely something that I'm going to be checking out once it goes full release. The only problem I had, which was like a major issue in terms of like the performance, and again, these are just demos, so I take this all with a grain of salt, is anytime the music would change, it would stack on top of the previous music. And because it's running on a loop, I got to a point where like the start menu music was playing, and then like the gameplay music was playing, and then like the end screen music was playing, and then I'm back in the start menu, and now it's playing like 4 screens worth of music.
I wonder if that's also a Mac thing. Oh,
could be. It could be me. It could totally be a me problem.
I had to scroll so far. There was only 400 games, demos for Mac.
I know,
Eric, I know. Look, I'm just saying, I put in the work to find this little gem.
No, 100%.
But no, what I was saying, when apparently my fucking mixer turned off, that's what happened. Which I'm glad that just didn't bork everything. But yeah, the series, I was like, what the heck? And it seems like the last one came out last year.
And
it got mixed reviews, but it also only got 75 reviews, period. So, hey, Dodako, let us know. I'd be down to fucking play this. Like,
100%. Oh, and it's cool. I just pulled up the trailer. I didn't pull the trailer while I was explaining it, but like, there's a very cool like a Metal Gear. There's a very cool like cover system using like grass and bushes and things like that. But I do like too that and this is what kind of tipped me off that there was this point system. Is there's this thing in the top right called Intel. Every time you take out an enemy, you get Intel. So I don't know if that's working towards unlockables in the future, but that was kind of the vibe that I get, is like, as you unlock more Intel, maybe you can go into missions with like more starter items. Health packs automatically consume, so you don't have to worry about. It's not like it takes away like all the speed bumps and kind of just makes it puts the fun in, if that makes sense. Like, it wants to take all the barriers of entry out of the way. So all the items are auto used, including your meta packs and stuff like that.
Cool.
It's a fun game. It's a very fun game.
That's awesome.
And I might check out the other Spy Drops at this point, to be honest with you.
The other one looks okay. But it looks like there's only 2 regular Spy Drops.
Yeah.
And then this one. But it definitely, like, I think games like this need to be made. Like, especially like, they clearly have an art direction, right? Like, a good way. Like, I was really worried when I saw this. I was like, that looks cool. And I was like, please don't be just a horny game. And then I was like, no,
that wasn't the vibe I got at all. Not the vibe I got at all.
No.
I think it's just the key art is
really,
it's a little sexy.
And honestly, cool.
It's really sexy.
Like the key art looks good. Like they picked a time period and they stuck with it. And this is clearly like 90s inspired and looks real good. Like,
I love the whole night vision green overlay.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Well, it's also just the Game Boy.
And that's the Game Boy color palette.
Right?
Yeah. So it brought me back to that time. You know what I mean? And and it's funny because like
I picked it.
Yeah, it was a good nostalgia pull for sure. And the cool thing too is like I didn't jump onto Metal Gear until Metal Gear Solid 2, and that was, I mean, I must have been like 11 or 12 when that came out. And I remember someone was like, you got to play Metal Gear Solid 1. And when you're 11 or 12, you're like, that's old. No, the new thing's new and the new thing's cool. So I never went back. But there's been that part of my brain that has always been itching for, like, I kind of want that old school Metal Gear experience. I never really got to get around to it. So this felt like a really cool middle ground, you know?
Big news. I clicked on the Spy Drops original thing. developed by Rainy Night Creations. So it's published by the same people.
Different developers,
but it is
same
a different
pub.
dev. So hopefully that means good things, because I think having something like this is cool, right? I think just having these, like, that's Metal Gear Solid but different kind of thing, like, you know, it allows them to not have to be so protective of the IP and things like that, and also maybe make a story that makes sense without like so much.
It'll never happen.
No,
it'll never happen.
It's
well, maybe
very
with Spy
like
drops it will.
It's very like, dude, out the gate I was like, this is just like 80s ridiculous,
really?
like craziness. Like, but that's the thing, is you can make that campy vibe make sense too. You know what I mean? So it's entirely possible. But out the gate I was like, I see what you're going for. You're definitely going for that just
hell yeah
80s ridiculousness in terms of like these action spy films. So it was a great pull.
The little nose bar too, like
which one?
The noise bar at the top of the show, like how loud you're being. That's great.
And if you walk through like puddles or if you're sprint, obviously, like the obvious things, but like I learned the hard way, like if you walk through puddles, it'll create more noise. That's again, cool. On an old school Game Boy game, that's nothing more than set dressing. But on this, it's like, okay, you kind of have to like envision it like a modern game, but it looks like an old game. And that's pretty neat. Also, when you take down enemies, like they do not stay down for very long. So you have to keep that in mind. 9 times out of 10, like you're not making it off that screen without them getting back up again. So you kind of have to keep that in mind. It's really neat.
Very cool.
It's very neat. So good pull, Eric and Nate. Very much appreciated.
Nate, I just sent it over. I was like, hey, if you need one, because I knew we were blowing up the group chat and Nate was at work. So I was like, just in case, I have this just in case you need it. So that was his decision.
It did come in clutch, because the one I did have picked for Gianni would not have ran on a Mac.
Okay. Well, then this was perfect. This was an awesome pull. Awesome pull for sure. Hey everyone, Gianni here. Wanted to time out real quick before this next game pick, because we made an error during recording that we definitely need to amend. At the time of recording, we referred to the main character of this next title with he, him pronouns instead of their appropriate she, her pronouns. We misunderstood some specific in-game phrasing and pre-release marketing, which led to the error on our part, so we had to make sure we corrected it. Thanks for your understanding, as we're always striving to be better, and apologies for the mix-up. Now back to the show. All right. Well, I guess we'll bring it back around. So now we have a couple that we all just kind of picked on our own accord. So we'll throw it back to you, Phil. What game did you bring with you? I know you have one that you're very excited about.
We'll talk about that one now, because I want to get it out of the way.
Let's do it.
All right. So I don't know if this is actually part of Next Fest. There's this weird overlap of demos just always be coming out and then also Next Fest, but I finally got to play 1348 Ex Voto. It is Latin. Steam Next Fest, by the way. They did a post. Yeah. Okay. I played the demo for 1348, and I'm sorry to that person who thought that we were on the take. I just gotta be me, man. And it's a good fucking video game.
It is.
I love this game. It is, and coming a little biased because it was one of my most anticipated video games. It completely holds up. Like the thing about watching the trailer for this game and like the graphics treatment and like all the shit that I liked about it from just the video stuff they put out is you don't really get a good idea of what the actual video game part of it is. Like you don't get a good handle on what the story is, who these characters are, and like what's going on. The first 40 minutes of the game is what the demo is, and it sets this game up to be so cool. And I put impressions up on the 70% website earlier today because I played it. I played through the demo twice because I loved it so much, and I had to write something about it. And it's the thing that I really came back to think about is that it's stealing all this shit from the Sony house style of making video games, where it is just, this game looks too pretty to be like the indie game that it is. Like this is like fully going the Sandfall route with how beautiful Clair Obscura looks. It's like It looks like Plague Tale with the high fidelity they got going on with that. Cog brought up that this is like Hellblade adjacent even. And like I see that too. Like this is an absolutely gorgeous, lovingly crafted video game. And then the thing that really put me over on it is it looks really nice, like those Sony house style games. They're like using the cinematography of those house style games. They're like using the like A24 style, like really smart framing. And you can tell that like they have a really good handle on what they want this game to look like. And then it's just really good medieval melodrama. Yeah. Like the beginning of this game is what I assume Eta, the main character, is like a 15-year-old boy. And then the Bianca, who is the woman who's with him, is probably around the same age and is going to a convent, and it is just straight up like thous and thys, like Shakespearean speech and like Shakespearean level storytelling,
like really leaning into it.
Yeah. And like it's like not played for jokes or anything. It is like just truly in that space. And then the rest of the demo is you going back through your hometown that is being raided so that you can hunt down Bianca. And like she went away, you got to make sure that she's okay because the town is burning and everything's bad. I think you fight like 10 dudes.
Something
in this
like
game.
that, yeah.
You get like a good handle on the combat. It's pretty simple at the beginning. It's mostly just like a right trigger is like a quick attack, and you hold the left trigger and then right trigger, and it is like a heavier attack. There's like charge attacks, things like that. But it has that Souls energy to this. Like the combat is slow. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Johnny. It's slow. It's really deliberate, and there is no cancels. Like there's no attack cancel, there's no dodge cancel. Like you are committed to that thing, and if you are attacking at the same time someone else is, you will trade. Like you will get hit, and you have 5 health hearts at the beginning of this game. Like you go down quick, and you don't find a way to replace that until like halfway through the demo. It is crazy how just like really frenetic the fighting in this is. And then like just constantly remembering, oh right, I'm 15 years old. Like, oh right, I'm like a little lord. Like I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
A little lord with 2 dead parents.
Yeah.
Of course.
Literally, they dropped that early on. I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
This poor kid.
So you played this as well, Eric?
Oh, dude, I fucking loved this. This was I do. My only complaint with the game is just performance, which I think me and Phil kind of talked about. Me and him famously have the same exact PC that we bought before we knew that we did that. It has been talked about on at least 4 podcasts, I think, at this point.
On record.
Yeah,
on record.
It's mostly it's all over the place. But I just couldn't get it to look super good. Character model wise, environments all looked great, but character model wise looked a little rough. So I'm hoping that's
like the facial animations or the textures, or what are we talking?
Textures actually looked pretty good.
Because this
like
has AAA vibes to it, or at least AA vibes to it. So that's why that stuff I feel like is more important to talk about than
100%.
No offense, but Spy Drops Gaiden.
It was mostly
the same thing.
The hair and the face was like what was because the clothes actually, like the clothes and all the cloths and everything like that, they all look good. I noticed that. I was like, that looks really nice, but the face would be like fucked up. So I think we'll probably find a way to get that settled, because I just didn't want to mess with it, because I was on a timer. I timed myself for 30 minutes. I did beat it in the 30 minutes, but yeah, I was getting my ass kicked constantly, and I was able to find, it was one of my favorite things is I was like, oh, okay, they're actually rewarding me for kind of exploring a bit. Like I found a thing where I could jump up onto like pull a box and jump up onto another thing where I found some upgrade materials and things like that. And I was like, okay, cool. That's a nice little, it's not just like a straight hallway of enemies. Like there are some paths that I can take. And then I was just getting my ass kicked. And then they give you a bunch of, which is funny, you just eat food to like Skyrim to fucking heal, which was really funny. But so I ate all that before what I assumed was the final area. And there's 4 fucking guys. And I locked the fuck in and just like clean. I was like, oh, the second I beat the last guy, I was like, I am so in. Like that felt so good, because it's Souls like for sure, in the slowness, but it much more resembles like the For Honor pacing, not the combat. If the combat was the same as For Honor, this is Game of the Year contender, because the combat in For Honor is still some of the coolest sword fighting I've ever done in a game. But that paceness, that slowness, that heavy and chunkiness of everything is like so good. And I was like, and that the monologue that Ayeta gives at the end, I was so ready. I was like, okay. And then I found out this comes out March 12th. I was like,
yep.
All right, I'm in right away. Like, of all that, there's, I think, three games that I demoed that come out next month. And I was like, this is the one I'm buying. Or, you know, if you're listening out there, said Leo, you could have 4 people cover it.
Dear villagers,
which curious too, because it looks like this is our first game, which
crazy.
I mean, I don't see anything else on Steam, so I'm like looking at this, I'm like, this is amazing first game energy. You know what I mean?
Yes,
if that's the case,
it's nuts. And like the monologue at the end is also like that pure like medieval, like A24 medieval movie energy. Like it is very much I
think we said Green Knight was the first thing I thought of when I saw
Green Knight or Chalamet's The King or whatever. Like same kind of just like
same haircut too, basically, right?
Same haircut.
yeah.
It was like popular at the time.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Same, just like crazy melody. Like the whole end of this is he falls down on his knees, like leaning on his sword, just like covered in mud and blood, and is just like basically praying, is like vowing that this is the thing he's gonna do, and it is so powerful and just like so ridiculously over the top, but not in a hilarious way, just in a like this guy's feeling some feelings, he's gonna do some stuff.
He said because he's cradling the brooch or whatever that Bianca wears, and they have already talked like about, because he starts the thing off praying to his mom and dad, like, and then he says like, you're all I have left, to Bianca, and I was like, oh man, we're gonna do some shit in this game. Like this is
so
gonna be crazy. But I will say, I am a little disappointed that it's a guy. I think this would have been badass as fuck if it was a lesbian revenge story. That would have been sick as fuck.
Yeah, okay, he is androgynous, but clearly is like little lordling boy taking over.
Okay, so Phil, your game definitely looked similar to mine with the quality, so that makes me feel better that I wasn't doing something wrong. But if you go to the script, if you go to the Steam page, I'm pretty sure that first image is this exact scene.
It is, yeah. That is
high fidelity.
So the first screenshot in the Steam page is literally the last frame of the demo. Yeah. Like it ends when he makes eye contact with you, and it's fucking powerful.
My question here is, because I'm sold on 1348 Ex Voto. My question is, like, in terms of pacing, because we talked about combat. Obviously, the story sounds sick as fuck. Like, is this kind of like I'm trying to figure out how I want to frame this question. Is the combat kind of like the afterthought? Is it part of the regular pacing? I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, is that part of the normal gameplay loop, or is it like, oh, we're in a combat encounter, this is kind of like I can't help but liken it to Senua's Saga. Like that's kind of the vibe that I get from just looking at trailers.
Yeah, I mean the combat is like, you'll see a little bit of it in the trailer. It feels like it takes longer than it actually does, because like really you're guard breaking, right? Like you will hit their sword a couple of times, but
I more so meant like the frequency in which you get to combat encounters, I guess is more my question.
I mean, it happens. There's like it's hard to tell, right? Like I guess that's kind of the first part. There are like platforming things like Eric mentioned. There's like a little bit where you're like walking across some thin boards, and there's enough broken up between it, and for the most part you're having like one combat encounter with someone, and then you kind of move on from that and like do a platforming thing, or you move through
story beat
a space.
Yeah, it definitely feels
that answers
like
my question. That was what I was most curious about.
It feels like they use combat in a way where it's like you need to be paying attention, right? It's like it's like real life, right? Where, you know, we play games where it's like you hit that guy like a million times and he's finally dead. It's like if you get hit a couple times, you're going to hurt and probably die. So it's like that's why at the end, the final area, like they kind of ramp up. You usually will only fight one guy, and then you'll fight two guys, but one guy will be backed off. And then that's why at the end, when it's
you're not taking on
there,
like a gang of like 10 people, and then a second wave, and then like a.
And that's why when it was 4 at the end, and they're interchanging, like for me at least, they're not taking their turns like it was some kung fu movie. Like they were fucking coming in and trying to kill me, and I was like, okay, cool, this is what I wanted to see, because that, like, for whatever reason, like a switch flipped in my head and I just like fully locked in, and I was like, oh, this feels good. And they have an upgrade tree, so there is like health upgrades, there's a thing where, so there's a perfect, that here's the thing, Johnny, for the complexity of the combat, if you time a strike and press the attack button as the strike hits, you'll do a follow-up attack immediately that like is super fast.
Does
and
it make
like
a cool sound, like ka-ching,
I think it makes it something like that.
Like, as cool as I made it sound right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually that.
Dude. All right.
But one of the upgrade things is that every light attack is an automatic perfect strike, so it does a 2 attack. And they only allowed us to look at 2 upgrade trees, which was just the health and the attacks. So there was 2 more that we cannot see. And I'm like, okay, does that mean there's maybe some like mysticism involved? Is this going to be a game by at the end we have everything, or is it like a, you know, there's some options and whatnot? So yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I really do hope it lands around like the 6-hour mark. I think that would be like, perfect.
Yeah,
max 10 hours. If it's more than that, I'm going to be like, okay. Yeah, like,
I don't think it's going to be that long. Like I think it is like in that beautiful 4 to 8 hour sweet spot.
Yeah. I hope this game takes place over like 3 days and that's it. Like this man doesn't, he doesn't eat aside from like the food that you're eating to heal. And he's just like, by the end of it, he's like missing fingers and shit. Like I want this to be just like brutal for him to just do everything he can to like get Bianca back. And I'll be so on board. Like
so good.
Do you think there will be some sort of armor system, or is it very much, it's just how you look?
Are you like, are there like loadout? Like, no,
there's trinkets.
That's a bad term to use for a game like this, but you know what I mean?
There's, I don't know what the trinkets are, but there is like a whole screen for your sword. Like, I think that there is like pieces that you will be able to change on the sword for different attacks and stuff. But that's kind of what I think one of the skill trees is there's probably just another stance hiding in there too.
Yeah, there's gotta be, or a shield maybe. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like there's got to be a shield situation. But the trinkets they give you,
maybe a bow.
That would be interesting. I feel like that might trivialize a lot of what they're going for, but it would be interesting to have that, or like a sling or something, some kind of ranged like stun. Yeah, would be interesting. But the trinkets, they give you one at the beginning, Phil. It's the little knight. If you go in and you click on it, it actually does give you 1 extra health, I think, at the beginning.
I didn't get that.
And there was 9 slots for those motherfuckers. So I was like, oh my god, there's gonna be some stuff in this game.
Okay.
So I'm excited. I really do hope it lands in that sweet spot of how long this game is, and yeah, I'm in on this one.
Yeah,
I feel like we're all sold on this one. I think this is going to be a uniform content mill game.
You guys both need to get hands on this. I'm curious. This feels like this would be, at least for our group, I feel like this would best be played on a PlayStation 5 if it came there. I think that would look.
I think it is PlayStation 5 and PC. I don't think it's on any other. I don't think it's on Xbox.
Okay, I might end up buying it just for how it performed on the demo. I might end up buying it on the PS5.
Console.
Yeah. Just because like my PC is not for that. It's not for this type of game. Like I can run Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter is made by this huge company that also patched it like 7 times in the first week to make sure it was running properly. Whereas like this, I do want to play it. And I think, now that you mention it, I did request the code for PS5 and it was PS5 only, but
same.
Yeah, man, this is It's gonna be a good game. This is gonna be the game our podcast specifically is gonna be really fucking annoying about all year.
Like, man, I can't wait. Can't wait to be annoying.
Phil, don't you have it on Fantasy Critic?
Oh, you do?
I do.
I think you did.
I think I took this. Yeah.
I think you did. Yeah.
It's probably gonna get you
I
some
believe.
points.
I think it'll.
Eric, you alluded to something of similar quality. What was your next demo?
Oh man, this is a game that I was going to send Phil if I was going to play it myself, but I was like, oh boy, this is a Phil game if I've ever seen one. I'm just going to read some praise for it before I reveal what it is. I loved every minute of the demo. Lucas Pope, Return of the Obra Dinn. Delivers layers of clever puzzles and satisfying reveals all the way through to the end. Jeremy Johnson, The Root Trees Are Dead.
Oh no.
Root Trees fans will really enjoy sleuthing in the name of this game. Evil Trout, The Root Trees Are Dead. If you love the Golden Idol games, you'll love this. Will Ackerman, lead designer, Rise of the Golden Idol. This is the Ratline.
And Ratline?
I did not know.
Not heard of this.
Yeah.
I did not know.
I'll read the description for you. A murdered priest, a secret list, hunt Nazi fugitives across the globe in this gritty 1971 detective thriller. Analyze evidence, follow leads, and make sharp deductions before the trail goes cold. From the creators of Family Rivals, Conspiracy, Echo Beach, and Riley and Rochelle.
I know this game.
This game.
This is a Phil game.
This game, man. So one thing I didn't mention was my recordings got a little borked. So this is the one game that got hit the hardest because the text is so small. But being able to solve this stuff by like reading notes, calling. I had to call Phil. Yeah. I had to call.
All you had to say was emails. I
had to call the Canadian Dental Organization. In this game to find information about a Nazi.
Yes.
And secretly ask questions to get who this, and his cousin or his brother was also in Buenos Aires. Like I had to figure out where the fuck these guys were, what their actual names are, who they are, and then submit it. And I played the first 2 cases and I was like, that's it, I'm done. Because this game also comes out March 17th.
Yeah,
like it comes out.
Phil,
next
listen
month.
to the music, man.
This game, man.
Jazz, dude, with the damn. Oh, fuck.
This was my favorite game I played because it was a little janky at first because some of the stuff wasn't clear on like control wise. But once I knew all the mechanics, which it's not too much, I was in, dude. The second I had to pull up a phone and look through a Rolodex to find the Canadian Dental Organization, I was like, this game is insane, bro. Like, and apparently, and I didn't know this until looking up. I was making a thumbnail for this, so I looked up the Ratline game. And oh, sorry, my wife just got home, so you might hear them a little bit.
Dog really wants to be on the show, dude.
That's another one. That's a different dog.
Oh man.
And I didn't know that the Ratline was like a real thing until right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's a real thing that happened. I don't know if it's real as in like actually happened or real as in somebody wrote this story already and then somebody turned it into a game, which, you know, very cool. But man, this game, I was like, because it does have that Obra Dinn vibe of you have to figure out which pictures of the person, what their real name is, their first name, last name, and where their last location is.
Yes.
And then you can check. And there's hints built in, which is nice, which I think was one of the biggest issues I had with Obra Dinn, because I've tried Obra Dinn multiple times, and I don't know if I'm just not smart enough or if I've played it in very bad mental states both times. But I just could not get past certain parts, and I will always take a hint system in games like this just to be like, I'm almost there. Just give me a little nudge kind of thing. And yeah, so it looks like it was originally a book. But yeah, I was like, this game is so Phil coded. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bro.
This is, so I've had Root Trees on the wish list for a while, but it is like, it's kind of weird. Like, I know that I would like that game, but the thing that I love about Obra Dinn is that's old timey ship. And that's fun. And
boats are cool, dude.
Boats are cool. I mean, power
boats
ranking.
Are cool, dude.
Airplanes,
planes,
boats,
easy.
Hold on. But above that, airships.
Any kind of airship.
Yeah.
Some Zephyr action. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's a whole pod right there.
What
dude.
about like space planes? Where does that fit?
It's true. It is a plane.
Space planes are adjacent,
goes to space, though.
right? Yeah.
True.
It's tough because where in non-normal, like non-sci-fi, where do rocket ships sit for you?
Oh, I mean, rocket ships are pretty cool.
Yeah,
so,
dude. That's got to be at least
But are rocket ships cool because they're very like grounded and like we know how they are made, and then spaceships are different because it's like it's all sci-fi.
Spaceships is like sci-fi,
So
rocket ships are like
it's a little different. It's a rocket ship, but it's cool.
Still cooler than a plane though. Yeah. Easy. All
right, that was vehicle pod time.
We should just have a running ranking.
Pull up the list.
I don't know, dude. Rocket ships are kind of moving up the list, dude.
Yeah. Okay, hovercrafts.
Hovercrafts are so dangerous. So dangerous. They're cool, but they're so dangerous. Fan boats
are sick, dude. In the swamp, dude, with the gators, dude.
Yeah.
Unicycles, bottom or top? Bottom. Okay.
Unicycles is probably bottom.
Penny farthing.
What is that?
Better than a unicycle.
Better than a unicycle. 2 wheels. One of them's real big. You have to jump on. You have to get
big wheel, dude. This has got to be top half. This has to be top half, dude.
I love educating people on what those are called. Yeah.
Are we separating the wheel? Oh, the actual big wheel. Oh,
big wheels.
Big wheel. Okay, wait. Are we
with a sidecar though?
Yeah.
Is there a dog in the sidecar?
Yeah. See.
Okay.
Are we talking about
two? Wait, do we have 2 spots for sans dog and with dog?
I think so.
We gotta separate the 2.
Yeah.
But do we have the big wheel that has the drift handle? Did you guys?
Oh yeah, of course.
Those ones?
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to pick,
you have to, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 years old, like
I always hit the manhole cover and just like.
Then you're like really Tokyo drifted.
Yeah. Oh, no.
All right, Ratline. No, we're talking about Ratline.
Ratline. Go play it. It's incredible. It's really hard to describe besides like it's Pepe Silva, except like real hunting Nazis, and it's real fucking cool. And I'd be curious if the names. Yeah. I'd be curious if the names in this are based off of the Ratline.
Real people.
Like because it's real cool. Like for example, one of the things is. You're trying to find they have a photo of a pawn shop and it's got a guy's name on it and it's like a little kid's watch and you're like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. But there's a bunch of names, right? It doesn't really like there's a medical card over here at the pawn shop. There's also the business card of the pawn shop. So those are all possible names you could be using for the person. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then you see a photo and then you see a guy and you're looking for a guy named, it's like Bill Robinson or something like that. And you're like, okay, I'm looking for that guy. And the name on the pawned item was Bill Robinson. And then you see the photo and you see him and he's standing there and in front of him is a kid and the kid has a tan line from a watch. And I was like, oh, that's good stuff.
That's the shit. Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've already downloaded the demo, so I'll be playing.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
It's real good. It's real good. Yeah, definitely get through the first 2 cases because the first one's pretty easy and the second one really kind of like, and then if you want to stop, I would stop because it comes out in 20 days.
Yeah.
So
okay, cool.
And I'll skip games. This is those accolades are real. Those are I'm very excited for this one.
Love it. I'm sold. Nate, what was another game you played?
So this one I don't believe it's actually a part of Next Fest, and it is already in early access.
Oh, cool.
But another that is more of a creative outlet than a game. This is Bladesong. So it's craft any kind of sword that you can imagine, really. What? There's a ton of tools at your disposal to like actually fine tune and like get really into the nitty gritty of shapes and chamfer and the hilts and everything. It's super, super in depth and something that really appeals to me is you can then, after building your sword, download it as an STL file to 3D print.
That's cool as fuck, dude. That's very cool.
That's amazing.
You can make swords, dude?
You can make swords.
That's incredible.
Man,
like digital swords, and then you make
swords.
digital swords be real swords.
And then bring them to real life. Yes.
And you can take it on your motorcycle with your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. It's not.
Don't give it to the dog, though.
Don't give it to the dog.
Then we get a Sif situation.
Unless they can like bare the teeth with the blade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they're also like 10 feet tall and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. But what's really cool, it's not just like, oh, you're throwing 3D models and stuff together. You're like going through the forging process, and it has to make sense of like your actual hilt and handle and stuff has to be connected to the sword in like a functional way, where it's not just going to kind of sit there and it's a video game, so it works together. It actually has to have that metal piece that goes in, and everything. It's very realistic in the way that stuff has to function.
My question for you here, well, aside from the fact that this is so like, this is just, I mean, you know, Nate, obviously your history with 3D printing and making your helmets. This is such a you game. My question is like, there's a pretty large roadmap on their Steam page. Is there like a story, or is there like a campaign that you're doing? Or is this kind of like you said, is like a playground that you're just working in?
So like, I'm already forgetting the name of it. The one that Phil brought.
Ooh, Scriptorium.
Yes, there was like orders and stuff that people will put in that like that they want this specific type of blade, and you make that, and it's pretty dang cool. But then there's also, as you get more in tune with the systems and stuff, you can just go off and make your own whatever you want. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time designing swords to then print.
And what people are going to do is they're going to make like swords from their favorite characters and their favorite games and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a ton of Dark Souls blades and stuff already out there that so good. You can get so in depth with it that like there's some here that look like they're not from any kind of like medieval era. There's some in here that look like they're a wasteland weapon that was shoved together in a Fallout game.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those games where I'm like, I'm not ever gonna play this, but I'm like so excited that it exists. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, I don't have the patience for these kind of games. Like, I saw the screenshot with all the percentages and stuff. I was like, oh, that's so cool for the people who want this, right? I'm like, oh, that's awesome. That's incredible. Like, I'm looking at some of the designs on the trailer because they're showing off like stuff that people made. Right, it's not just like the devs; these are from community members, and I'm like, wow, that's insane. And the runes, you can put on, bro. That's
the textures and stuff. It is so in depth, and they have like different types of metals, even that you're like, oh, are you working with an iron, or is this a steel, or is it some kind of composite? Or it's really, really cool. This is one that I'm going to be sinking a lot of hours into.
Yeah.
Fast forward a year from now, it's Nate's whole Twitch channel. Just like, he does it in the game, and then he starts printing it behind them.
Yeah, this is a really cool one.
I could see myself doing that, man.
That'd be
heroic half guard.
Hell yeah.
That's good, dude. That's good. We're producing, baby. We're producing.
TM.
No, that's a cool one. Again, another cool, fun, like playground. Like you said, it's like a playground. Like it's a cool space to hang out, play in.
Oh yeah, it literally
I'm curious
says
to see how that roadmap for that story turns out.
It says uncover the secrets of Aaron Keep, a last haven of a dying world. So
I didn't get into any of that stuff. I did kind of click through a lot of things when it would be like, here's lore. I'm like, I don't care. Let me build.
Yeah, that sounds right. I love this new. I think I shared this. I can't remember where it was, but somewhere in the Discord probably. But there's another game that just came out. I think it's called. Oh, I'm gonna mangle this. There's a ship game. Ship Shaper is what it's called.
Ship Shaper.
And it's a very similar thing, Nate. But you are building boats. And I love the idea of all of these like like utilities.
Oh, this is part of
as
Next Fest
games.
right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it? Okay. But it's like, it's the same thing where like you spend some time building cool boats and then you can export it as a 3D file, which
That's
is just
so
like,
sick.
it's such a cool idea for these kind of like building games that like, yeah, I want to sit here and build some boats, but also it would be cool if I could have this boat just like here, or also like is like a now like tabletop thing. Like I know there's like Canvas of Kings, I think is another one that is like the make a D&D map, but it's just like so cool that you can gamify creation stuff like this so that you can take them somewhere else and do something else with them.
Phil, you got to get on the Mars First Logistics guys. Get them to be able to export your creations.
Ooh, that's got to be a thing.
I love the description for Ship Shaper. Ship Shaper is a creative game about the simple joy of designing ships. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what we're all about, dude. We're building boats. Power rankings. They're changing.
Power
dude.
rankings.
Yep.
These are pretty fucking cool.
They're shifting, dude.
Yep. They're shifting.
Make a galley, it's very cool.
We didn't even talk about submarines. Like, where do those fit?
Gosh,
you know?
dude, I'm
Where
telling
do
you,
you
we need a full
submarine?
pod, dude.
Yep.
Do submarines. I mean, hey, hold on. Fucking best vehicles in video games actually is a really good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
That'd be a good one.
We just have to like be very specific where it's like it's not just a vehicle like in like Grand Theft Auto or like Gran Turismo. It's like this is a thing that is important to the story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the Mako, best controls of all time.
Best controls, dude.
We'll,
The boat
fight
in
about
Reanimo.
the Mako.
The Banshee from Halo.
There we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean that is an episode that the Warthog has got to lose somehow. Like it is everyone against the Warthog.
Well, that's going into controls, right? Because there's a lot of very cool vehicles that we don't have control on. They're just set pieces, right? So we can make a bracket. We can make a bracket.
Right,
We're
we'll make a
workshopping
bracket.
here.
We'll make a power ranking tier list. First tier list.
list is
Video
coming.
game vehicles.
Right, it is.
It's not bad.
I do like that one.
Fellas, I have a question. Do you guys want... No, fuck it. I'm going to own my decision. All right, my next game. I don't care what
You're
you guys
welcome
think.
for your help, I guess.
Confidence.
The second game, because I do have a third one. But I want to make sure I touch on both of them because I really enjoyed all three games that I played. The next game I played, for those that don't know, little indie darling came out. Was it last year? No, end of 2024, called Balatro. And I got so invested in Balatro to the point where my girlfriend is like obsessed with card games. She's not a gamer. I got her on Balatro. She still to this day plays daily on Balatro.
Wow.
So I was kind of like in a mood of like, I wonder if I can recreate something like that. I wonder if there's anything in the Steam Next Fest that's going to give me that kind of like that serotonin hit that Balatro gave me. And I found a game called, let me make sure I pronounce this correctly, Deckbane. Deckbane. Deckbane.
Oh my god, art is incredible.
Yes. Deckbane is described, this is the description. Tactical turn-based deck building meets poker-powered battle. In Deckbane, dive into a strategic roguelite quest to save the world. Collect cards to build your deck, forge bonds with pets, and play winning poker hands to unleash attacks. Every move blends strategy and luck, making each run unique. This game is so pretty to look at in terms of its art. It's like a storybook. It's like a storybook turned based RPG meets Balatro. It's almost all the same Balatro mechanics with a different skin, obviously. But the cool thing about this one is you're literally building like a turn-based RPG party using cards. And those party members also belong to the 4 different suits in like a standard 52 card deck. So you're basically what you're doing is you're building up as you put down card hands, you build like a rate. I think they call it a morale meter. And when your morale meter fills, you throw an attack onto the opposing party. if you play hands that have cards from your character's suit, it builds that morale gauge faster. You can pick up like little totems that also do, like Balatro will do, you know, pairs count for double, clubs count for more. You can between fights, you can also do the similar to the Balatro thing where you can go, oh, turn 3 of my cards from clubs into hearts, or so you're essentially like building out your deck as like you're kind of like your meta progression. But then you have this turn-based RPG action mechanic, which is so cool. The art is so pretty. I found myself like, I played this demo. I still have not beaten it. I have not beaten what I assume is the final boss. Because what it does is like every 3 fights, you get to a boss encounter and you'll engage with like another like named character. All of the opposing enemies have abilities. Obviously the boss has abilities. Your teammates have abilities. So like, I kept pulling this one girl who every time your team takes damage, she heals them for 1. I pulled another one where like, because you can switch the order of your characters like a turn-based RPG. I found another one who he was like a tank. And if you placed him in your front line, every time he got hit, you generate a dollar. And that dollar you could then use to like buy like different things between fights. It was very much like, oh, this is Balatro, but it has like a really interesting, unique flavor on it that I thought was just so cool and very cute. I found myself like anytime I had an opportunity to, if you guys have ever played Inscription does this thing where like you follow a map, then you'll reach a fork in the road and you go, okay, do I go here? Do I go here? Same exact concept as Inscription. Those different points on the map, you know, between battles, you'll have the inn, which is where you get new characters. You'll have like the pet shop and you can unlock a new pet, and those pets also give you abilities.
What's sitting on the top of the cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the pet.
I was wondering, I'm like looking at a screenshot of like a battlefield and like, this is just like Cartoon Network ass designs and I love it. It looks so good.
I had such a good time. Like I said, I ended up to the point where I brought my girlfriend over and I was just like, you got to check this out. Like, I know you love card games. I know you love Balatro. And she ended up sitting with me there for like an hour and a half, like strategizing like the different hands and stuff. I really, really enjoyed this game. And this is definitely to be something once it hits full release. I will probably lose like hundreds of hours too, because it just has that same loop where you're like, all right, let me just do it one more time. Let me just try it one more time. It's procedurally generated, so every run you're getting something new. And then the other cool thing is too, what I'm assuming is the way they set it up is there's 4 like leaders. So there's 4 main characters, and then you're picking up like little side characters during your runs. Each of the main characters belongs to a different suit, so their powers are kind of like based around that suit or whatever. I had a really, really awesome time with this game.
That's cool. I was wondering, if there's like any kind of story progression at all, because what you're kind of talking about is like with like Slay the Spire, right? Each character you play as is a different deck, and they have different things that they want to focus on, and they kind of have a story as it goes through. It's pretty loose, but I was curious because the art style looks so good that I'm like, oh, can there be a little bit of a story? Because I'm like,
they do set you up with like a little, but it's kind of like, you know, I sang praises of Bollock's Pit on a previous episode, and it's kind of like Bollock's Pit goes, here's the story, and then like that's it. Like there's it's kind of just like, here, let's set the tone for what's going on in this world, and then that's really all. It was very similar, but it could just be because it was a demo. I'm not really sure.
It looks great,
I just loved how cute the art looked. Yeah, that Cartoon Network kind of vibe to it. The only thing was a lot of spelling errors.
It's their first game. It's another person.
It is their first game.
First game, which is crazy.
First game.
Hopefully that just means a quick passover in the editorial and get that.
Yeah, exactly. Were any of you guys like into Balatro or Slay the Spire, any of those types of titles? No, I figured this one might just be a me
I played Balatro. I played Balatro.
Oh,
I played Slay the Spire. I have like 19 Magic the Gathering decks behind me. Like I like card games. I like deck builders. They're not as sticky as I would want them to be with me, but I do play them for a good chunk of time. Like I played Slay the Spire on my phone for, I don't know, like 2 weeks pretty consistently.
Right. Make it your identity for a few weeks. And like, cool, I got what I needed.
Same thing with Balatro, where I was like, okay, this game's just came out on iPhone. Like everyone's been talking about it. I need to see what it plays like. Checked it out for a while. beat it a couple times, and I was like, okay, I get it. This is good.
Yeah.
I can keep playing this though because it's gonna consume my life.
Yeah, and it did for me. So that's why. Go ahead.
I was never. I played them. I've tried most of them, and they never really had that sticky factor to me either. It's also I see myself possibly getting too deep into this stuff, and I would prefer not to, because actually my favorite collectible card game of all time, my favorite digital video game to play when it comes to collecting cards and looking at art and building decks is if you go to I want to make sure I get this URL right. Hang on. Hold on.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I get this right. It's so important that I get this right.
It's either going to be Pokemon or something extremely obscure.
It's not Pokemon.
So my favorite video game that is collectible cards is going to GATHER.WIZARDS.com.
Gathering Wizards.
Yeah. It's the Gatherer. This is the database, the online database for all of the Magic cards. What I like to do is just type in a card name or a set that I haven't played and just scroll through all the art and say, "Wow,
yeah,
cool.
That's
real cool."
Can I introduce you to Scryfall and the random card selector?
I don't know if I want that in my life.
They got Ninja Turtles cards in Magic now?
Yeah,
soon,
dude,
very soon. They have Spider-Man
now.
bullshit in there too.
Oh shit, dude.
Maybe one of our hater energy episodes. I'll bring Logan on and he can yell about.
Yes, me and Logan can yell about how stupid Magic the Gathering is now, and they don't deserve any money. Oh, such a good game, such a stupid fucking company.
Yeah, we'll start there. Now, just click on one of them and just look at some cool artwork and read some cool effects. Because then you get to dream of the decks that you can build instead of having to spend money
actually
play
doing
the game and be disappointed.
Yep, that's exactly how I am with Star Wars Unlimited. I just have these that are like,
yep,
I'm never gonna play the game, but the art's really cool.
Really
I
cool.
just like to look at it, man.
Yeah, multiple packs of those just because. Oh, neat.
Yep.
Phil,
this is a very cool website, though. I'm not gonna lie, because it lists the artists. You can click the artist, and it shows every card that they've. That's really neat, actually.
Sick.
Go look at Scryfall. That's the unofficial Magic the Gathering one that is run in a much better. You'll like this one a lot better, I promise. It's got the syntax guide. It's got all sets. You can search by artist, by rarity, by secret layers. It's got the random card feature. You can build decks in it as well and save them.
Okay. So this is what the Gatherer used to be.
Yes.
Before it got.
Yes, they
weird.
fucked it up.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Phil. Sorry I ruined your life, but I can't let you not talk about Magic the Gathering using like the best tool. This and EDHA Rec, I think it is. Yeah, that is. Those are the
never
two
played
websites
at EDH.
Elder Dragon Highlander. You've never played Commander?
Nope. I was out of Magic when before the Commander thing took over.
Gotcha. Well, I will force you to play with one of my many decks if we ever meet in person, because it's fun. And
I remember I bought a starter deck of Magic cards when I was like 13 from Target, and I never had anyone to play it with. But I was one of those, like, I was just in my, it was like hot off Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm just kind of like, I want something. All the adults are playing Magic Gathering, and I just never had anyone to play it with. But I remember just being like, fuck, the art is so cool, dude. Like, looking at the cards is so sick.
A lot of Magic the Gathering ads in Game Informer that I just glazed over, never saw, never really paid attention. And then one day
what got me onto it, to be honest with you.
Somebody finally introduced me to Magic, and then I was like, oh, okay, cool, I get it. And then like, I bought some stuff, and then like fast forward to like the pandemic, and I was like, I need something to do.
Yeah.
I'll send you some cards, Johnny. Yeah, we'll get some co-hosts on here that you
love that
you want, some people you want to bring on the show.
Heck yeah, come on the show. Fellas, do we want to make one more pass quick on a third game?
Yeah.
real quick, because I really want to highlight my third game, even if quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine are two very quick ones.
Okay. Phil, go for it. What was your last one?
All right, so your last one was kind of a twist on Balatro. Mine is a bit of a twist on Vampire Survivors.
Hell yeah.
Another one of those games that I never really stuck with. This is Wanderburg. Burg, B-U-R-G. It is Vampire Survivors, but you are a castle on wheels.
Incredible.
It is nuts. It is like a beautiful looking game. And it is like literally just a Vampire Survivors. Like you drive around, you collect resources to get coins, and then it pops up a screen that gives you like 3 options to choose from. You pick like a starting weapon, and then as you eat things, you get bigger. And it's really good. It's
bro, the legs, the fucking Dr. Octopus legs. That's crazy.
That's
so cool.
This looks great.
Also, just so like good. Consuming all the resources around you. Is insane, bro.
Yep. Wow. And then there's like bosses that invade after like 5 minutes of play or something. It's a real good time. And then you're just like driving your little car around, and it is goofy and responds to physics and everything. It's real dumb. And then you can just eat little windmills. And
I
stuff.
love the like it's minimalist, but it's not minimalist like art style of it. It looks great, dude.
Yeah,
it's a minimalist game with maximalist like everything else.
Yep.
This is awesome.
Your castle has nitrous. I forgot about that.
Of course it does.
Of course
it
does. You could juice that nitrous.
Nate, you kind of popped for this one. Does
this has been the quickest wish list I've actually talked about.
The whole episode, he's like, sign me up. That's awesome, dude. No, this looks like a fun time.
It's a blast.
Hell yeah. Eric, what about you? What's your last one?
All right. So I think so. I have 2 games. I'm going to talk about. I'm trying to decide between the 2 because I only want to do one, but I just want to point out that I did play the other one. I played a game called.
Do you want some help from us, or do you want to ask for help and then?
No. I know which one's going to
decision. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's what I want. No, I know because one of these games I think it comes out in the summer, and I'll probably cover it on Short Game, so I'll have plenty of time to talk about it. That one's called Inkonbini, which is where you play.
I saw that one.
You play as a Japanese like convenience store clerk, and you just kind of help people. And I was like, I like the idea of the supermarket simulators and all that stuff, but I hate the like you have to keep growing. And then this one, it's just like no, you just manage what's there and you talk to people. I was like, sign me up. But the game that I was going to send to Gianni if I got him, but then I found out that it's not on Mac. So it didn't really matter. But Wild Blue Skies is the game that I played. The demo only took me about 10 minutes, but you go ahead and play that B-roll, man. That shit starts off real fast, right? When you start, like, I didn't even have time to do an intro during my recording of this game.
It's a Star Fox?
It's a Star Fox.
It's a Star Fox.
Yeah, baby. It looks so good. And it felt pretty good.
It is a Star Fox.
Yes, it is. It is. And I wanted to look this up
and
live.
peep those cutscenes. It's like a Star Fox meets Dispatch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
And this was why I was like, oh man, if I get Gianni. And then I remembered that you have a Mac, and I was so bummed because I was like, I was going to tell you about this game no matter what, because I was like,
not for long.
Yeah, that's
adding
true.
it to the wish list.
Let me look up the voice cast because the main guy, Bowie is his name, and he sounded like I couldn't. He sounded familiar, and I'm like, is this who I think it is? But I don't think they have a listing yet. But yeah, it felt real good. It's just one level, and it obviously has like the score based setup and all that, just like Star Fox. And it's about fucking time, man. Somebody just fucking jack the whole idea. Who cares? They're not doing anything with it. Do it. Like, at the end it showed like I made it through the level. I beat the boss, and then my crew flew up. And 2 of them had not gotten shot, and one guy got shot, and he's like, oh man, I've been better. Like, he's talking about the shit that actually like happened and stuff. I was like, oh man. I will say that the game just kind of drops you in. They don't tell you the controls at all. But if you pause it, it does have the whole thing on the left. But it was so good because when you when you beat the level, it does like the front view, right? Like they did in Star Fox. And even though this is a game made in 2026 and it's going to probably come out sometime this year, they still just do the head movements when they're talking like that. I was like, oh my God, man. This is so, and the soundtrack rips, the art style is so good. And I was
art looks great, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man. And it's literally like the beginning intro cutscene is talking about how, at one point they had this elite team of the Blue Bombers, right? And now they have a new young upstart team. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is just Star Fox, man. So good.
This looks so good, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Star Fox was always that thing where like we had an SNES and we had the original Star Fox that I loved, but we never got an N64. So Star Fox was like always that game where I was like, that was like one of the very few franchises where I'm like, I'm jealous that my friends with a Nintendo 64 can play this game because, and then by the time like the GameCube rolled around and then I know we had some other like follow-ups like in the late 2010s, but like by that time I was like so far out of it, you know what I mean? But this just brings me back to that time and place, dude. Like,
well, yeah, because the thing is,
this my N64 Star Fox dreams with this game, dude.
Yeah, because this is the thing is, this game's going to come out and it's going to be like max $30 probably.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But if a new Star Fox game came out from Nintendo, it would be like $60-$70,
$80.
And like, would it be good? Probably, right? It would probably be pretty good because they wouldn't come out with that unless because it's been long dead for so like this many years at this point. But like. This game's going to be good, right? It might not be the best, but it's going to be good. And it's going to be maybe like, I could see this being like $15, right?
God,
and it's also
the logo is sick, dude.
And it's published by Humble Games. So if you don't buy it now, you're going to get it for basically free in a year, right?
Yeah.
Like this is, oh man. Yeah. This is one of those games where I might not buy it when it comes out, but when it's definitely going to be very enticing when I see it pop up on a Humble bundle.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, okay, I've had my eye on this game. And I can get it with 9 other games for $15. Like this is, I'm glad this is getting the response I was hoping it was going to get. Cause it's definitely one of those ones where I beat it really quickly. It was the shortest video I recorded, but you can go back in and like probably find some secrets and like all that stuff.
I think there's something to be said about the fact that you, Eric, and Nate both pulled for nostalgia plays for me as recommendations. So I find that very, very interesting. Yeah, you guys know how to get me, dude.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
You guys know.
Yeah.
Nate, I know you had one that you actually already reviewed for the content mail. Was that the one that you wanted to kind of touch on quick last?
So yeah, I ran it back. Ardenfall. The last time I did it, I was kind of just quick. Did like just the main what they were kind of pushing you through in the demo, and I was doing all magic stuff. And then this time I tried to find all the corners and hidden stuff that I could. And I was doing sword and board and bows and just experiencing more of that game. Really, really cool. This is one that I've already said I am definitely picking up when it hits 1.0. It's going to scratch that Elder Scrolls itch that I'm looking for. Its world is really unique and interesting. It's got a very like Eastern feel to it. So all of their armor and stuff is kind of samurai inspired. But at the same time, the whole world is it's as if the underwater world of like coral reefs and stuff were brought to the surface.
Oh, cool.
So like everywhere you go, there's like bubbles pluming and stuff, and then coral like trees and everything that you would find like in the Marianas Trench is on this island, and it's a very, very unique style that I'm real into.
Yeah, we were lucky.
Did you ever play Monster Hunter World?
No, I didn't.
There's a place called Coral Highlands, which is basically that. So that's what I'm envisioning, which is a very, very cool environment. Really cool. Sounds super sick.
Yeah, but the whole game, it's made to look low poly and like it's from the 90s, and I really vibe with that aesthetic because it looks old, but it plays new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this looks crazy good.
It reminded me when I first saw when I was putting B-roll together for Spellcast Studios was cool enough to send us a code for impressions for this one, for the demo. But when I was putting B-roll together for this one, I was like, it's kind of like when you see those TikToks of like, oh, someone remade new game into old games art style. And that's exactly was like, oh, imagine if Oblivion was on the PlayStation 1 or even Avowed with like kind of the weird coral fungal color palettes. I was like, that's exactly what this game is reminding me of, is like throw a new RPG on a PlayStation 1 or an N64. And the other cool thing too, and you might be able to speak on this one real quick too, Nate, was like the systems looked pretty complex. Like they they looked pretty deep. The build crafting mechanics.
Everything that you would expect to be in like a Skyrim is in this game. Their whole like tiered system of weapons and stuff. You start out with like whatever rusty stuff, and then the next tier up would in any other game would be like, oh, here's your iron sword, but for them it's like, here's a shell sword. So all of that next tier of weapons are all shell based, and then the one after that I believe was like a unique looking steel, and it's that same thing, just like a Skyrim or Oblivion, where it's like the higher level you go, the more unique weapons you get, and it's kind of a tiered system. And the same with the armor. There is a alchemy kind of system, enchantments, everything you would expect in these fantasy RPGs is there, and it works like it should in a modern game.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely go check out Ardenfall. It looks like a fun time. And if it gets the Nate stamp of approval on a big open world RPG, it's got to be good.
Yeah. Yes.
My last game, guys, and then we'll get out of here. And this one, I wanted to make sure I covered it because it just seemed like something I feel like Phil is going to vibe with. But who knows? Hopefully I get all of you. Everyone knows I'm a sucker for key art. Everyone knows I'm a sucker for fonts. And everyone knows I'm a sucker for weird outside the box art development in games. Everyone knows Midnight Walk, one of my favorite games of last year. Of all time at this point.
I've never heard you talk about that one.
Never heard it, right? Yeah. Famously. This game is called Phonopolis. Phonopolis. Phonopolis is described as a story-driven puzzle adventure set in a hand-painted 3D world made of cardboard. Solve a wide variety of playful puzzles and help Felix and the leader's oppressive influence in a resonant dystopian city inspired by avant-garde art. Guys, I need to tell you, this may be one of the most charming things I've ever like played in my life. This game is like just oozing charm. It's a puzzle game, a point and click puzzle game. So in a rare turn of events, I did not use a controller. This was just literally just mouse. That's all you're doing is clicking on things. The environments are all interactive. You literally feel like you're playing with a physical cardboard diorama. And you are, because if you watch the making of, which I did, I made a point to because I just absolutely was enamored with this game or this demo. All of like Midnight Walk, all of the dioramas in this game are physically made in real life, and then it looks like rendered into the game. I don't know if it's using the same technology. I don't know if it's the same extent. But one of the puzzles that they show on the Steam page is this one where it looks kind of like a boat building. All of the levels of the house all move in independence of each other, and you're basically solving like 6 or 7 puzzles within just that one diorama, and you have to do it in a very specific order to move the story along. And essentially it's a very cute little, like, this is a world devoid of music and art. It's outlawed by the government. They're trying to get this thing called they have something called the absolute tone, which what I'm gathering is like the only allowed sound in the world. Everyone else is basically complete worker bees. All they do is kind of like slave away doing work 24/7. But you as the main character, you have headphones and you're immune to the loudspeakers in this world that are basically having everyone just do manual labor. It's so charming. The music is incredible. It's so good. It's got like jazz music, classical music, like Baroque music. Like it's so gorgeous. And I cannot wait for the final product because as soon as this was the one that I played before recording today. As soon as I was done with it, I was like, I can't wait to go play it again. It took me about an hour. You could probably do it shorter than that, but I was just like, I wanted to soak in like every screen that I got. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, this is by Amanita Design.
Yes.
The makers of Samarost, the makers of Chuchel, Machinarium, Creeks,
yes, yeah,
Pilgrims. Like, this is their shit. Like, every single one of their games is this, but in like the weirdest, most charming, coolest way possible. Like, if you vibe with this right now, some of their games are on sale for like $2,
$4. Like, yeah,
go play them. Like, this studio puts out like some of the wildest, hilarious, like point and click, like modern adventure games that are so good. I love.
They did the Happy game. Oh fuck, that game is wild.
And I know Machinarium because it's just been in the indie game zeitgeist for so long. I was not up on games, so when I clicked on their name, because I like to check, like, okay, how many games is there? And I'm like, there's a laundry list of all these very well received games. I'm like, all right, clearly we're dealing with like masters of their craft with this. I urge you, if you are into like cool, interesting, unique art and mechanics, I can't, like, even the puzzle that I was dealing with, that 4-story building, it was so neat because it's like all of the pieces work independently of each other, and then within those pieces there's like different levers that you're pulling, and basically like you walk up, there's a handyman that you're trying to get a ladder from. So like you walk up the building and then a lady comes out and she's like mopping the floor. Well, you got to figure out like how to get the lady down to the bottom floor so you can go up to her floor and grab the rope to get back down to where, and then you got to distract the handyman. So you blow smoke up to the top floor and this girl in a bikini walks out and she distracts the handyman on the bottom floor. So you're trying to make your way like up to the top by doing like all these little independent puzzles that are taking place within one shared space. It was so neat, and I can't sing praises enough about this in just the hour that I played this demo.
No, it looks like if somebody made a music video for like the Yellow Submarine out of cardboard.
Yeah,
like
great. That's a great example.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then on top of that, you can interact with all the like, because it is like a world map that you're walking through, and then you have these like little instanced puzzle screens and scenes. When you're walking through the world map, you can click on like the posters and do like little fun, like they're non-consequential, but like you can ring this alarm and make the person's food fall out of their plate. And like, it's like those little touches that are so neat. And then even reading the like posters that were on the wall, you kind of pick up what's happening in this world, which is, you know, where like, they don't explain everything up front, but I was like, okay, art is outlawed. You're kind of like the one person who's immune to this. There's seems to be some musicians or artists that are on the run, and you're just picking that up by looking at like little environmental clues. It's very, very cool.
So cool.
Very cool.
This is great.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Oh, it was featured on Day of the Devs in 2024 as well.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Definitely worth checking out for sure. Boys, I think it's about that time. I think we had an awesome pod talking about some really cool games coming up. I'm very excited. I've wishlisted everything we've talked about today.
Yeah, same.
So I'm going to have quite a homework project ahead of me in the coming weeks, for sure. If you're listening to this now, viewer at home, make sure you go support some awesome indie devs, wishlist some of the games that interested you on today's pod. Make sure you check for generative AI. Make sure there's none there.
Very important.
Very important. But go support an indie dev, wishlist all these games that you found interesting. Fellas, before we get out of here, you know I like to ask, what do you got coming up? What's on the pipeline? Eric, we'll start with you.
At the day this comes out, I would have just streamed Toem. And just played through all of that, which will be the next game on Short Game Long Talk for March, which will be exciting. I've never played it. It's been on my list forever to play. I know Toem 2 is around the corner somewhere, so I don't know when it'll come out, but hopefully it's good timing. Aside from that, come check me out on Stream. We've been talking about Steam so much. I'm on Steam. I tried to be, but the what is the thing that Phil you set up that they didn't, the curator, they never let me do that. It's such a pain in the ass. But catch me on stream, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, Mondays, every Monday, mostly every Wednesday now, but I'm hoping to transition to some Saturday streams more often. So it's twitch.tv/Mr. the Human Plays and just Mr. the Human on YouTube. And I hope to see you guys there.
Phil, Mr. 1348% complete.
Yeah, you can find me at 1348% complete.
Where does that get the redirect? Get the redirect.
Get the redirect.
Grab that. 70%complete.com. If you want to read my impressions of 1348, go check that on the site. I'll have some more impressions up about other demos I played through. I don't record them. I write about them, the theater of the mind. We also put out our first episode of the 70% Complete podcast of the new year. Yes, it is March. I understand. We work at our own time scale. It's out. It's about there's some retrospective stuff about the Avowed video. We also spend a lot of time talking about routers and internet safety. So I don't know. If that's your thing, go listen to it. That's what the show is.
That's what you're there for, dude.
Yeah.
There for. Nate, Heroic Headgear. What do you got going on? Where can the people find you?
Yeah, Heroic Headgear everywhere. Trying to do more on Twitch. I think I've got some other fun stuff planned along with my, of course, monthly helmet giveaways, which I've been slacking. This one will get out of here soon. I am doing some other smaller things too. Instead of just, the whole join a free giveaway and stuff. If you do want to actually support me monetarily, I'm doing small helmets soon. So I've got some of those planned. I've printed out the first dozen. Some of them are can holders, so they fit a soda can perfectly.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing some smaller stuff here soon.
Heck yeah. You love to see it. Awesome. Well, my name is Gianni. If you don't know already, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, all that. Wherever you're at, I'm there as well. Working my way through Dark Souls 2. We're almost at the finish line with Dark Souls 2. Also working through Prey for a very special episode coming up for the Content Mill here in a couple weeks with a very special guest. I don't want to say anything yet. Also, this is a world premiere. I'm going to start doing a couple nighttime streams every week. So you may see me. I don't know yet. I don't want to give it away because we're recording this a little early, but you may see me on a Tuesday night. You might see me on a Wednesday night. You might see me streaming some spooky games. You might see me streaming some co-op games. Maybe they're with some of the homies here on the pod. Who could really say? We've got a lot of fun things in the pipeline, but you know where you can find that information, Phil? You can find that.
And anywhere.
You can find that at...
Hold on. Let me find it. Cody.pika.page. That's COTI.pika.page.
Hell yeah.
What if I did it in the round? What if I did coti.pika.page and then coti.pika.page?
Workshopping live.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, then we also have to spell out page.
Yeah. Then we all do it. Bingo was his name, though.
Yeah, just go to the Discord is basically what we're saying. Go to the Discord. The internet is a hellscape, but we try to have a little corner of the internet that's not, so come join us there. It's a fun place to be. There's lots of fun conversations that pop up. And now that Phil has emerged, my dog just burped next to me. Dogs are making a lot of appearances today on this episode. Yeah. Phil has emerged from his cocoon of 2026 with 70% complete, which means there's going to be some random ass conversations happening in the 70% corner, and it's very exciting.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're already talking about routers.
And, it's getting spicy in the Discord.
It's getting crazy in there.
Yeah.
But yes, join the Discord. There's a corner of the internet for anybody and everybody within reason. I just saw a wrestling thread pop up on the Discord today. So there's all types of places for you, me, and everybody. Come hang out with us. Cody.pika.page. That's where we post all of our upcoming episodes. That's where we post all of our upcoming content. We are growing. We're getting bigger. So come hang out with us there. Other than that, guys, it has been awesome talking Steam Next Fest demos. Like I said, go wish list your favorites. It has been an honor. It has been a privilege. And I shall see y'all next time. Peace.
Bye.